So social media went wild earlier today and up since yesterday actually about statement made by Ruben Abati on national TV while they were looking at the Simon Ekpa's story. I think at some point, Ojy, who is the social media reporter, brought out the story, and Ruben Abati went on to saying a few things about the Igbo culture, as much as their industrials are good. Did also cite a particular example of a former chief of information, I think Chief Teko Bensi, stating that after making us so much money marrying an Igbo woman, that he was refused land in the family, in the village of his wife. And this is the video actually for context sake, so that we say anything further.
He said something about Igbo people. He said he had an Igbo wife and had an Igbo daughter, that he wanted to buy land in Igbo land. That his in-laws told him that they don't sell land to outsiders.
Okay, so that's it. So after that statement, social media went wild, and everybody, there is now a situation of Ojy Okpe being referred to as a bigot for reintroducing, because at the end of the day, by the next episode of this morning show on Arise TV, Ojy brought it back to say maybe Dr. Ruben Abati may want to relook that stance and state it quite obviously, as it were, other than the current situation as it was. And then, but Ruben even went more, I don't know, angry at this time, and then was vexed, and it led to, as I talked to you, if you go on Twitter now, X, you will see divergence of opinion about, people are calling Ruben Abati bigot. So that part, I see Ojy is trying to enforce bigotry on the show and trying to kaput or cow Ruben to a corner, and because she's Igbo, and a lot of all of this. I know Ruben Abati is Yoruba, so it has again renewed the continuous conversation and battles between the tribal wars in this country. And so I posted a video, and a lot of you reached out to me and said, because I didn't say anything means that I may have endorsed Ruben Abati words, and that's not true, right? But instead of just coming out here, I've thought to also pick out some comments that I think would help to better the conversation. I got this particular one from my WhatsApp. I think that's the only one I'll do it from my WhatsApp, and it's from a big brother of mine who is in the UK. And then he says, "How are you doing, brother? We sell land to people, but the problem is that it's difficult to buy because it might start from 20 million above, and also 65% of Igbo family has 1 to 3 million. So if you intend to sell, that family will stop you or buy it from you, so to speak. Secondly, Southeast has erosion issues, which makes land very expensive. And naturally, Igbos do not sell land because of distributed wealth, of course. The fact that everyone is willing to make money and hoping to build his own house, of course. So it's very difficult to see a family selling their land. And if you see any to like to sell within their relation, so that the land stays within them, because of most land are like Obi, mostly for first sons, right? Like me, that is the second, left me in the village to buy at Oka, Abuja, and now in the UK. I'm buying 2 plots in Oka again. That 3 plots, and it's like 70 million. So which person will come to Southeast to buy 70 plots for just 2 plots, 70 million for just 2 plots? So Eze Dollar Ole Foro wrote this on my previous video on Facebook, and I'm doing this for education purposes so that all of us get a clearer picture. All over Nigeria, there may be restrictions to land being sold to strangers, and we all know even the Yorubas, Hausa, Fulani, etc. might have reservations about location of land sold, especially to strangers. Nobody is free, but you know, anything Igbos do is more in the spotlight. Do you know what Umuna land means? And that's the point that I wanted to actually establish. Women don't inherit Umuna land. My mother and sister included. Abati is becoming cocky and arrogant in this video. I, um, I want to stop there. Okay. All right. So, Umba solo wise, say the truth of all the matter is that there is always a misconception about one tribe of over the other. I remember when I was posted in the north, to the north for my NYSC, my parents said over their dead bodies for me to serve in the north. They said so many negative things and all that. So, he went on to give me detailed explanations. Okay, so the point is, Mr. Komosen, can you do your due diligence and know whether the statement of Dr. Abati is true or not? And I will always refer to where non-indigenous lands buildings live in peace. They are fully part and parcel of the Igbo community. Nsuka, Aba, Owerri, Afikpo, my hometown local government. In fact, we are now intermarrying with the Hausa, and one of the oldest, biggest mosques is situated there. And they have a lot of landed properties there. This is my town. The Enugu is also listed there. So, Oladimeji David said the unity of Nigeria is very fragile. It is really an error to be together. In Hausa land, land is not sold to churches. I don't know what I don't know about other purposes. If truly we practice secular state, such shouldn't have happened. Apart from that, Igbo also discriminate themselves, not to talk of other tribes. Yoruba is the only unifier in this country. Yorubas are very accommodating and tolerant. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was once the leader of Lagos State, and Igbo State will never allow that. I think that tribalism is just the problem of all tribes. I think he made a point there. There. It is called Umuna land for a reason. This is from Dima Dixon. It's for the kindred ancestral land. There are estate agents all over Igbo land that advertise for lands and house selling, but no Umuna land was the only suitable land for your so-called friend. Painting the whole tribe with one paint and building building and disrespecting Okpe is disgusting. Emeka Undukwe said this is not true. The Igbo tribe believe in past wealth, which lands are part to generational inheritance to offspring. I am presently in my late 70s with about 14 brothers. I have spent millions of naira to get access to my piece of inherited land in my community to build up, but up to the present I have not been able to either buy or swap for equivalent of the piece of land. So Dr. Abati narrative is erroneous. To support my argument, when you compare the current price of land in rural areas in the southeastern states compared to price of land in other states and land availability to agricultural states are crowded, while other states are sparsely inhabited and therefore have loads of free land to sell. I hope this clarifies the situation. Emmanuel Ndukwe made a very valid point here. Ikechukwu James Umezurike, this statement by Mr. Ruben Abati is misleading. If Ruben wanted to deal in fact, he should have specified, it should have been specific about the village so that the viewers who don't know the location can do their own research and even the family involved can clarify. It's like catching a criminal in Nigeria and vilifying Nigerians as criminals. Of course, he went on. Joseph Faith Idu say, I'm from Agbo in Delta State and I reside in Oka, Anambra State, and I bought land in neighboring town, Isiagu, and built my house there, and they see me as indigene in that town. As a matter of fact, all my landed properties are here in Anambra. Ruben submission is a big fat lie. Elochukwu Obi says, is there no real estate land for sale in Igbo land? The answer is there are 1,001 lands for sale in Igbo land. However, Umuna land is an ancestral land where we live and even bury our ancestors. So those ones are not to be sold to outsiders. I think, basically. All right, so that's the point. So you got it. If it was Umuna land that was being discussed according to all this conversation, then it is ancestral. And then again, Igbos believe in distributive wealth, right? And then they want to pass it around, even if the man doesn't have so much money, he wants to be able to leave landed properties for the family. And again, like he said, also by way of research that has been done now, a lot of Igbo communities have lands expensively because these people live there. There are so many millionaires who are living in the village. Unlike where I come from, the biggest of us stay away from the villages and then stay in the cities and not even other environments. But the Igbo people are people that reside back in their homes. There are no executive cities where they go to live. You could see a billionaire in Naira who is residing in the village and everybody is around you. So that already gives some value. There are Igbo villages you go to and you see some houses and you be wondering, why do you build this in the village? That's how much. Just the way they pay so much attention to Christmas and festivities. So I hope that settles it, right? However, this has generated into some mad things on social media, and of course, just Nigerians with overheating the polity. I'm done.